Hello and welcome to Steve's Vintage Model Builds. Thanks for everyone who's stopping by. I really appreciate everybody's time. And I'm up to 627 subscribers now. Yay! So thank you all. Thank you all for your support. And I appreciate it. And like I said, I appreciate everybody taking a bit of time now and then to stop by. So, got a bit of a mixed bag today, starting off with something very sad and shocking. Um, Today, on September 10th, 2025, conservative activist and co founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated after speaking at a Turning Point USA event at a Utah university. At this time, it's about 3 o'clock Pacific time, and they have not apprehended the assassin. Um, but I hope they will in very short order. And I'd like to express my deep condolences to Mr. Kirk's family and friends. He was a good man, and he had solid conservative principles. But he was no fascist. No, no, no. He was a classic conservative who advocated for conservative values. And it's absolutely outrageous um, what that this has happened. They tried it with President Trump twice, and it's completely unacceptable. And the radical left and the fascists, um, Antifa, and all of those, um, you know, it, they need to be dealt with at the full extent of the law. The gloves need to come off with these people, and also people who engage in inflammatory rhetoric um, against conservatives need to tone it down significantly. In other words, just shut up. Anyways, I try to stay away from politics on the channel. I'm not going to say anything about what conservative or not conservative, liberal or whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's an absolutely shocking event, and I hope it's a wake-up call for U.S. society. Anyways, so we're going to move on now, and this is our subject for today, but I'm going to set it aside for a moment because I have a couple of sort of updates. Um, Here, I've I constructed a base for the G40, um, and still a bit of coloring work to do on it. But overall, I'm very pleased with it, and I think it's probably going to be part of a larger diorama, which I'm going to talk about later. So, anyways, yeah, nice little kit, and if you can see the ribs here, get out here. Come on, light. Can you see the ribs on those hoses? They don't come with ribs. They're just smooth plastic. So what I did was I took some very light copper wire and wound it around so it looks like the hoses. Anyways, so yeah, so that's that. Okay, I've nearly completed the roof build. New camera, new tripod, still getting used to things. Yeah, so I've nearly completed the roof. It's not a very complicated kit. Um, there's a decal for the control panel. Um, I had put this on, but I couldn't get it to fit quite properly, so I'm going to have to do a bit more work on it. But other than that, and the decaling, and a bit of bombs and things like that, it's pretty much done. So I'm going to work on that later today when I'm finished here in the little cart. Nice little kit, interesting subject, and a little different. So anyways, yeah, so I started, we're going to talk about this today. We're going to do the unboxing and so forth. But there's a bit of a story behind it. I had ordered the kit off of Amazon from a company in the UK called Supermart. I've dealt with them many times before, and they're great. So anyways, because it comes from the UK, it takes a couple of weeks, and but it arrived on time. The package arrived on time. But when I opened the package, I was disappointed to find this. Now, I wouldn't have really minded that much, except I already have this Zero, which this is a nicer kit. But this is just a shake and bake Zero, which is kind of what I wanted. Anyways, so I contacted them and explained what happened, and that I wanted to return the Zero kit, and if they could reship the correct kit to me at the same price, that'd be great. Well, they came back and they said that no, the problem was that they didn't have that kit, and I guess whoever was inputting the input made a mistake. So anyway, so they said, we're very sorry, etc., etc. Keep the Zero, and here's your money back. So I guess you can't really, although I was disappointed not to get my kit, yeah. So then I called my local hobby shop, talked to Brett, and asked him if he could order it, and yes, he could order it, and he could get it cheaper for me than the other guys, and in about a week, which it was a week. I picked it up today. So anyways, yeah, so it's interesting subject, and it's the Ki-46 3 Type 100 and 4x4 Kurogane. Okay, so yeah, so here we go. This is 1/48 scale, and it has the 4x4 light vehicle Kurogane set, and it includes figures as well as the Japanese four-wheel drive Kurogane, which is smaller, but it was basically the same as it was the Japanese version of the Willys Jeep or the German Kubelwagen, although as I say, it was smaller. It seated three, two in the front and one in the back, interestingly enough. So we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. Okay, so the aircraft was tooled in 1998 and hasn't really been updated since then, but it's been included with sets like this. And the Kurogane is from 1998, or sorry, 2008. So, it's a little older, but not that old. And again, they've paired that up with different sets, some with, air ground crew and, a few other things. So anyways, lovely box art. There is there a signal? No, I don't see a signature, but it does look like it's hand painted. Yeah, very nice box art. Nice background, blue sky. Paint scheme on the side. Likewise, the completed model set. There you go. And nothing different on the side. So it's a nice big box, and things aren't rattling around a whole bunch. So let's see what we got going on here. And this must have been factory sealed, because normally if it's aftermarket, they've still got the masking tape, the yellow tape. So to me, it's starting to do that more. Oh yeah, I think this cost me about $65 Canadian, and I believe it comes with 4 figures. I looked it up online, and they wanted like $33 just for the Kurogane and these two guys. So I think I did pretty good here. And I ordered a ground crew set from ICM, Japanese Air Force ground crew. So okay, so let's see what we. Oh, and I forgot for the roof. Here's the figure. I think he turned out pretty good. Okay, so empty the box. We've got the Tamiya Tech Tips. Oh, and some of these metallic stickers. It didn't work too well on the bulldozer. Okay, so here's what we've got here. Instructions. Okay, these are the instructions for the Kurogane. We'll just go through it quickly. Not bad detail for a little vehicle here. And then they've got the painting instructions, and just step by step by step. And it's nice here. You have the option of the roof up or the roof down. I know some people hate instructions like this, but whatever. Oh, and the Kurogane, it was designed by Kurogane, but it was mostly manufactured by the heavy industry companies in Japan, like Nagasaki and Toyota and like that. So just like the Willys Jeep and the Kuba wagon, different companies made the same thing. Okay, so I'll read through a bit of the history here. Basically, they started developing this in the early 1930s when they were looking for, they were planning their conquests of Asia, starting with China, and so they were looking for a relatively long-range, fast reconnaissance aircraft, and so Mitsubishi designed this one. The first one, the Ki-46 turned out to be underpowered, and it didn't meet the specs. But the Army still felt that they could use some of them, so some of those were made for the Army. And then And then there was a second version, which was quickly eclipsed by the third version, the number 3, which is what this is. And it had much more powerful engines and twin superchargers as well. So it was, I think its top speed was somewhere in the 600 plus kilometers an hour range. And of course, it was a very long range aircraft. So it reads out here, during the Sino-Japanese conflict prior to the onset of World War II, it became obvious to Japanese Army leaders that a new reconnaissance aircraft would be required to cover the vast distances then being encountered in China. Specifications for a high-speed, long-range reconnaissance aircraft were submitted to Mitsubishi Corporation in 1937 with a speed and range priority. Completed in November 1939, the prototype had a few teething problems. As I mentioned, there was the speed, but it was still faster than a lot of the Allied aircraft and even their own fighters. So Mitsubishi was working on an advanced version of their HA-26 engine, which was an upgrade from the HA-102. Oh, no, the HA-102 was the advanced version. So the Ki-46 was put into production as the Army Type 100 model command reconnaissance plane. In March 1941, the 1,080 horsepower HA-102 engine became available, and the Ki-46-2 went into production and was assigned the Allied codename Dinah in 1942. The P-38 Lightning and F-4U-1 Corsair were soon to be expected in the Pacific. So to counter this threat, Mitsubishi was told to increase performance by using two 1,500 horsepower HA-112-2 engines. Ki-46-3 testing began in November 1942, and the results were outstanding, with a top speed of 630 kilometers an hour at 6,000 meters and a ceiling of 10,000 meters. Produced throughout the war, the aesthetically beautiful Ki-46-3 flew almost unmolested until 1945, when Allied fighters were finally able to intercept this high-flying reconnaissance speedster. So, an aircraft ahead of its time. Okay, so let's see what we get in the box. Okay. It's a fair-sized aircraft, as you can see, even at 148. Okay, now. Yeah, this looks like a 1998 tooling. Okay, now there's panel lines here, and they are recessed. I expect they'll need some etching to be done. There's nice detail on the tail planes. There's no flash, very few flaws. This will be for the engines, I guess. And this is the lower portion of the wings. Again, we've got plenty of panel lines. And not too complex molding. As we all know, getting the fuselage together when it's all funny. Okay. We might as well get this out of the way. This is the Kurogane. And I'm not going to take this out of the bag, but yeah, I mean, here it is. There's the body. And then we have all the pieces here. A nice little detail. A very nice detail on the uniforms here. Can you see the creases and stuff in the trousers? Very nice. And there's also a seated driver. And yeah, not bad facial expression either. So yeah, that's okay. So here, yeah, sprue bag number 2 for the Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Strumming on the old banjo. Fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Strumming on the old banjo. Okay, enough of that. And yeah, here again, this is not a super complex kit. And it's got a different pilot seat from the observer seat. There may be a decal for the, but there's some detail. There's some wiring detail and hydraulics or whatever here. And yeah, we've got the pedals and the yoke. This is already. This will be interesting. I wonder if they'll have this option. This was it had retractable tail gear, and they pre-molded it with this open. So I expect there's a way that you can unopen it if you want to show it in flight. And also, can you see there? There's some detail there on the cockpit control panel. And it looks like we have option of both open or closed canopies. I'm not going to take this out, but it's very nicely molded. They're flawless, and they have very well defined whatever these things are, the seams. So I expect that'll be easy either to mask with tape or mask with the glue stuff that I got. Okay, so that's it for the sprues, and then again, there's this is clear parts for the Kurogane, and this is interesting. It looks like I'm going to have to paint this. Oh well, we'll see. Okay, so there we go. Anyways, okay, so here we go. This will be for the Kurogane. I got these metallic transfers. They're just like metallic stickers, and they don't work very well. Sorry, Tamiya. And then here we just got a license plate and an ID number marker. Yeah, I ended up just using a brass colored marker to draw the anchor on the bulldozer. Great. Okay, so here we go. And, you know, it's not a ton of decals, but looks like there's one or two schemes here. And they look to be the usual Tamiya standard. Some people think they're too thick. I'm okay with them. Hey, into the meat. Okay, so here we go. And we get the usual tips in advance, tools you might or will need. All the different paints. I think there's two different schemes, although I'm not sure. No, they're all green on top and gray on the bottom. And so here we go. We have assembling the cockpit. Nice big illustration, so you can easily see where everything's supposed to go. And we've got the crew. I guess this will be the pilot. Yeah, this will be the pilot, and this will be the rear cockpit observer. And yeah, pretty standard, you know, aircraft assembly type of thing. You've got your bulkheads here, and this is for the well, so they can see out. So that they go in, fuselage goes together, nose goes on. They show you the decal. Was there a decal for the instrument panel? I don't think so. No. But you know, you could easily, yeah, you know, just they tell you what paints and you know, just a little toothpick or whatever. You guys know how to do that. Or very fine brush, or you could even probably get away with colored Sharpies. And so, as always, they go along and they give you the painting instructions very clearly. And then we have the landing gear, how that goes in. That looks to be pretty simple. Doesn't look too complex. And but I don't think it's I think you have to set it one way or the other. But I'm not sure. We'll find out. Then you put those in the wings, and then there's the cross piece. Drill a couple holes. Then you put the top part on. Tailplanes, rear wheel assembly. Here we go. Now, if you wanted to have that in flight, I expect this piece, it would be easy enough to just cut this off and cement it into the closed position. Then we've got the underside stuff, the drop tanks, la la la. And we have the engine assembly, pretty straightforward stuff. These kind of kits are perfect for novice, beginners, starters. Although you probably want to start with something a little simpler. But even an intermediate modeler can have fun with them, especially if you're a really good painter. So here we go. DDD. Now, looking at this, there may not be. Oh well, I suppose you could. Yeah, one way or another, I'm sure you can have that open or closed. And then, as I said, the paint scheme is the same. And actually, it might not be. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, we've got the different liveries there. What does their note say? Painting the Mitsubishi Ki-46 3 Type 100. Prior to and at the initial stage of the Pacific War, the aircraft belonged to the Imperial Japanese Army, were painted all over slightly greenish light gray. Following the onset of the conflict, the Army altered their aircraft standard paint scheme to dark green on upper surfaces, while undersurfaces remained the same light gray. Some planes were also painted all over in dark brown. Okay, so I guess you can go the early version or the later version. Okay, so that's it for today. This is going to be the next build. And I've got some ICM figures coming for a diorama. So yeah, lots of stuff going on, and yeah, got a bonus free kit. Isn't that nice box art? Look at that. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Not a super long show, but I hope you've enjoyed it. A little bit of history, a little bit of info. So yeah, that's it. So thanks again, and we will be back online sometime soon. And oh yeah, once again, don't forget Peter Oxley's new channel, Peter Goes Rogue. Cross fingers. Next week he's going to be taking a flight in a Spitfire trainer, and his beautiful wife gave it to him as a birthday gift. And so hopefully the weather will cooperate, because they can't fly if it's, I think it's over 14 mile per hour crosswind or something. I don't know what, 14 knots. If it's more than 14 knots crosswind, they can't fly. And this is the last opportunity for the year. So if he doesn't get to do it this time, he'll have to wait till the next flying season. I guess next spring, when the weather settles down. Okay, so all the best, Peter, and thanks for all your support, everyone. I appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you again soon. Bye now.